Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going, guys? Let's see. I'm doing this totally off the cuff here, and I've been testing this sort of format. And
How's it going, guys? Let's see.
Let's see.
I'm doing this totally off the cuff here,
Sorry, how do I mute?
and I've been testing this sort of format.
There we go. All right, cool. So, wanted to chat with you guys, and well, I'm not sure how many people are showing up. It's super random right now. Didn't let anybody know about this, like just like the last one, but I had a few people, so I figured, some people got value out of it, and I just wanted to quickly. I'll make this one quicker. I just wanted to tackle the subject of Facebook disabling your account. What's up, Magnetic? Yeah, so I wanted to tackle this subject because Facebook seems to be like really crazy about disabling accounts, and they sometimes don't. It doesn't actually have any rhyme or reason. What appears to be like no rhyme or reason. Hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going? Yeah, so it seems to be a really common thing when that I hear about, both from our students from our mentorship and just like people in general is like, oh, Facebook disabled my account. What do I do now? Some of the reasons, a lot of times it's not even because they're really shady. They're not trying to be shady. Those are like, I guess, like more advanced. But a lot of times it's people, they just get their account disabled and they're like, they're left scratching their heads. So yeah, I mean, like, what do you do in that case, right? I thought cloaking works. Well, it happens to everybody, especially, well, it depends also what type of offers you're running, but we all lose accounts. I've lost a Facebook account literally for trying to promote my marketing page. They disabled it. That was the only thing I was running, and they wouldn't tell me what was wrong with it. It was like the most ridiculous thing. They were just like, oh, like you're screwed. There's nothing you can do. So what can you do? So the few options that you have are, number one, you should contact them. Well, actually, number one is before you even reach out to them, before you even get your account disabled, before you even, hopefully before it even happens to you, you really should study the terms and guidelines. Facebook has them really nicely laid out. They're not like super boring, so they're kind of really, like visual and easy to absorb. So you should definitely and see what they say. That's the first thing, like understand what Facebook wants. They do, contrary to popular belief, I guess they didn't used to do that before, but now they really do it, as they look at your lander as well. So it's not just your ads. They do look at your lander and they decide, okay, this is okay to run and this isn't. So stuff that gets you disabled. Another thing is they approve your ads. They approve your ads, and then they disable your account. So you're like, what the hell? That makes no sense. That's super frustrating. So what you should do, the best thing to do is, before you even start running a campaign, and this is assuming you guys, by the way, I see a lot of comments, this is assuming you're not running super aggressive stuff where you're expecting to lose the account. Because if you are expecting to lose the account, if you're running like cloaked and that kind of stuff, then of course you're going to lose the account. But the first thing you should do if let's say you're starting, an affiliate campaign and you're not sure, you should send it to Facebook and try to get written approval from them. So just submit a ticket. They'll respond really fast within the next day, next 24 hours, and they'll be like, okay, this is okay to run. Usually they tell you it's okay. So in the case that you do get your account disabled, all you need to do is like submit a ticket and be like, hey, look, I already had gotten this approved. Why am I getting disabled? So that's the first thing you can do. In the case that, so you it's like a preemptive strike. The second thing you do, obviously, is you submit a ticket. There's two types of Facebook accounts disabling, like, sort of rules that they have. One is you get disabled for suspicious activity in your account, so that, and then the other one is for policy violations. So suspicious activity, you have a good chance of getting it back. Basically what it means is that you didn't you maybe raised your budget too high. I don't know, like you just started a new account, and whatever it is you did, like it triggered an alarm. You logged in from another place and made a lot of changes. But it triggered a review process. So those are pretty good. I mean, you have a good chance of getting your account if that's the case. Because Facebook's just going to be like, okay, is that you? Was that you that made those changes? That's kind of what Facebook wants to know, if that's the case, right? If that's the reason they disabled your account. If, on the other hand, you get disabled for policy violations, then you're kind of done. You're kind of done, and it's not the end of the world, but you are kind of done. Like, basically, they turn into like Facebook zombies. I'm sure anybody that's lost an account knows this. They make you go first through a process where you submit your ID, then you submit bank accounts, and then they tell you they're not going to accept, they're not going to re-enable your account. I have seen some cases where people get their accounts back, but it's super, super rare. If you really, really are set on getting your account back, you have to sometimes persist way beyond the point where they tell you no. They'll tell you no, then try again in a week. They'll tell you no, submit a new ticket again in a week, then submit another new ticket, and sometimes for months. And we've gotten accounts back like this, but it's such a pain in the ass. It's almost like the easiest thing you can do is just create another account on your business manager or something along those lines. Yeah, I mean, if you are losing accounts regularly, then you definitely need to you basically need to have a solution. It's not the end of the world. I mean, we have a lot of accounts, and then like we offer it to our students, and we basically our mentorship has the like it comes with a lot of accounts because Facebook has been really crazy lately. So we just provide it to our students so we don't have any issues. It spent about 500. Ross says, I spent about 500K in one of my accounts. They shut it down in just one day. Boom, never got it back. Yeah, it's crazy. Facebook doesn't care, man. Like, they don't care. They don't care what you're running, and there's literally no way to do it. I mean, sometimes if you go to what is the easiest way to contact Facebook with these issues? Yeah, if you go to support, the best way, sometimes they'll have an option of live chat, and it's like email support and the community, and then live chat is rarely there. But let me see if I can get that address actually. It's rarely ever there, but when it is, it's super awesome because then you can talk to an actual person real time, and like you don't feel like they're way nicer. You know, over email they're just like horrible people. They don't care. They don't care if your stuff is legit, or you know, they just, you're done pretty much. You know, it takes a lot of work. But so yeah, let me see. So facebook.com/support. Let me see. It's contact your marketing expert. Schedule your free call. This is new, huh? Damn, this is cool. Yeah, so if you have, by the way, guys, if you don't have a business manager, you should definitely create one. If you want to be taken seriously, you want to definitely have a business manager. That's where all this stuff happens, and you're able to create more than one account there. So as long as, even if you lose one account, as long as you had a card added before you created the account, then you're able to, before your account got disabled. So each account has to have a card, and then it gets disabled. Then all the other accounts that already had a card are good. The new ones, you can't add any more cards, but it's sort of the way to go, you know. But yeah, so business manager allows you to have more than one account. You can request more, and it has some cool benefits. I just went actually to Facebook, on the right side where it says like help. So I click there and it says contact your marketing expert, and it allows you to schedule a free call. So that's pretty cool. I'm gonna see if I can post this. There's gonna be quite a few people, like probably contacting them, but it's cool. Let me see. I can't comment here, but info and settings. I'm gonna put in my signature, so I don't know if you guys will be able to see it just straight up, but I'm putting it in my signature, and it's the link straight to sorry, I'm doing this now. It's straight to that page where you can schedule your call, so that's pretty cool. Yeah. All right. So try that out if you wanna like reach somebody. There is a way, you know, if you do it live, you are gonna be able to. Yeah, I don't know if it's updated, but I did save it, so it should be in the signature soon. That's about the only way to contact them on the phone, is to get them to contact you. You know, but there is a way. You sometimes have to check there to contact, and it'll have a chat little feature. Overall, though, I would say that it's almost better to just kind of be prepared, because Facebook does disable a lot of accounts left and right, especially if you're doing affiliate marketing. They're treacherous. Some days, one day they can be your friend, and one day they can ban you. So, you know, like ideally the best way to go is doing, sort of seems like Facebook is really good for lead generation. If you're trying to do like sales, you know, and e-commerce is really good. A lot of the stuff like like anything with being an affiliate, even if whether you're promoting, like whether it's whatever product, whatever physical product, you're gonna have a lot of problems with Facebook, unfortunately. It seems like it's the case just for general traffic sources. They don't like affiliates that much. It's kind of part of the game. You just know that if you're promoting other people's products, sort of the traffic sources consider you expendable. So it kind of sucks, but it is what it is, and we roll with it. That's why you also want to be. Yeah, you also want to be build. I mean, I think that just in general, like good advice is not just depend. So look, if you have a Shopify store, chances are you're good on Facebook. That's kind of the stuff that they love. And so yeah, we have a Shopify store, and that's you could go from $2 spend to $1,000 a day spent to 5,000, and Facebook's going to be okay with it. If you're running something that runs on like a VSL, you have like if you have a VSL that it's gonna be at the mercy of the reviewer. Your chances of getting banned is higher. If you're running trials, it's even higher. In some industries, kind of like get blacklisted as well, pretty much like from one day to the next, like it happened with credit repair. Well, no, like student loans, like it just kind of it was okay to run, and I guess from one day to the next, the problem is like stuff that's really heavy with affiliates, that's really popular with affiliates, kind of tends to get abused. So from one end, you do understand it. From another, it's like no matter, sometimes you're trying to do the right thing and Facebook will still disable. And yeah, Ross says that student loan was his 500K account. Yeah, so student loan was one of those that just kind of one day to the next, they just changed their mind and they banned the whole thing, and everybody went down with it. So that's what sucks about Facebook. It's hard to just rely on them. It depends on the product that you have. Like it really depends on the product that you have. So if you're doing lead gen and you sort of control, the more you control the funnel from beginning to end, and you're doing like the right thing, and 1,000 people are running the same thing, then you have a way better chance of actually building a real business. So yeah, some of this stuff like being an affiliate can be super profitable, but also like just know that it's getting abused by other affiliates. So it's a lot more likely to get your accounts disabled. So being an affiliate is kind of like Groundhog Day all the time, and it kind of sucks. But you want to kind of graduate from that eventually and build. Like it's just a good way to make money, but not exactly build like a sustainable business. So some of the things that you want to do, in terms of like what you can do on Facebook is get super creative and build a more elaborate funnel that you basically can rely on more like email and actually adding value to the customer, not just like the quick hit like a lot of affiliates do, but rather like try to build a sustainable relationship, and then you can and you don't do that for the kindness of your heart. I guess you do it because that way you can acquire a lead and monetize it, not just on the first day and that's it, but you monetize it over time, and you add other products, and you can end up making a lot more money. So like Russell Brunson says, is like focusing on the front end of the funnel is kind of for amateurs. You want to be you want to be building a relationship with your customers. So it's really good. I mean, like I see this all the time. It's like affiliates eventually they kind of graduate and they start to they start to build a business. They sort of pick an industry. Like picking the industry is the biggest thing. You pick an industry and then you decide I'm going to develop something of value here, or a product or something that people want to buy that doesn't have to be like trickery or anything like that. And then you focus on it, you figure out how you can add value to the customer, and then like you figure out how you can get the customer spending a little bit of money, then a little bit more, and then a little bit more. So you want to have like 3 layers of products. So you do like like a, I don't know, because there's a website that I was just looking at. I don't know if you guys can see here. Let me show you. I was just kind of like breaking down someone's funnel. That was really good. And basically the way they do it is like they offer you a free book, then they offer you a free book, so you sign up for an email for that, and then you download it. So then immediately it redirects you to a page where you can buy another book for $7. It's like a program for $7, and then it emails you the free book, and the book is like, hey, you want to get another book for free, just share this on Facebook and Twitter, and it ends up being like this elaborate thing from just a free ebook, so they kind of like add a ton of value to you, and that kind of works both ways, because you want to be in the mind of your customer, so you want to be giving them things, so they're reading it and they're thinking about you, they're thinking about your product. So in your ebook you would have an upsell, in the free ebook you would have an upsell, and that's the kind of stuff that that if you get smart and you get like more elaborate, it's more work for sure, but it's also a lot more scalable. So here, let me show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. So overall, so you want to be like, let me kind of draw here where I can be in the here. So so the first, so you come in here from Facebook traffic. Right? And then you're going to give them something free. And then you can charge like $7. And then so it's like $7. Now you have a list of customers, right? And then you figure out what product does your industry have that you can sell for more. So then you figure out sort of, this is Russell Brunson's, by the way, but you would say like, okay, like $297. And then you have a list of customers, and to these people you can market another thing that's like $9,000 or something, 9,999 or something like that. And then instead of just trying to make all the money here in the first step, you build a relationship, and you end up making a ton more money. So that's sort of what you want to be. Does that help, by the way, that chart? I'm just kind of drawing shit there, but I don't know if that helps or it makes sense. But you want to be sort of like adding more and more value, and then getting your products a lot more expensive, So so yeah, I mean, it's sort of the ladder you want to build. And I think ultimately, if you do it that way, like you see a lot of companies that aren't super worried about the initial cost of acquisition, and that's because they built a really good funnel in the back end, and they're not like super worried. So I don't know. I think that this is probably ending in a completely different rant than the title of the video, but I think it's helpful to throw in there. Yeah, so basically, if you got your account disabled, you should contact before, right? Like make sure you contact Facebook before you start running something. Try to get pre-approval. They usually give it. That way, when you get disabled, you can, if you get disabled, you can talk to them and they'll more likely give it back. And then read the guidelines. Make sure you memorize, you know the guidelines by heart. They're super helpful. Like simple stuff like being too polemic. One of the things is using the word you. Don't use the word you on Facebook. Sometimes they'll allow it, but they don't like it. I mean, they'll tell you straight up, don't use the word you in ads, because you don't want to call out users on their, if you tell them like, I mean, the reason they don't like weight loss is like being like, hey, you're fat to somebody. Like you don't want to be calling out people for any negative attributes or hey, you're sick, or anything like that. It doesn't work. So they'll be like, hey, focus on your product, So there are ways around it. You have to get creative. If you're gonna talk about them, talk about yourself instead. Replace it with I. Everything replace it with I, as if you were the blogger or whatever, and that gets you by on a lot of cases. If you do get your account disabled, then you're kind of screwed at that point, to be super honest. It's rare that they do give it back. Your chances are way better creating, like basically just starting a new account, and like try to be like really creative when it comes to ads. Don't like, I mean, a lot of times, like we have our own ads made, so like be original in your ads. That also helps. If you're just stealing other people's ads, then they're gonna get you. I mean, I'm pretty sure Facebook has like an algorithm that has all those ads like that get accounts disabled. They already auto flag them, so you have to run original stuff. Yeah, you just kind of have to be super creative while navigating the guidelines. But basically, I guess my sad but true message is like, hey, if you lost your Facebook account, now what? It's like start thinking about a new one. Start thinking about a new one and how to improve your funnel. And yeah, because the chances are slim of getting it back. Yeah, so that's I guess that's all I wanted to say. I just wanted to jump in real quick. It's really cool seeing some of you guys here like often, so appreciate you guys being here. We do have a mentorship. I should plug that in. It's like we have a mentorship. We teach people how to run Facebook ads profitably as an affiliate. We provide you with accounts. If you've lost your accounts, we provide you with accounts, and we give you landing pages, ads. We give you everything, basically everything that you need for you to be able to run it. I mean, it's sort of like we already have a lot of campaigns, so we just give them to you and we split the profits. We only work with a few people. It's super like dedicated. You're actually dealing with me and my business partner, so we're actually helping you out and walking you through it and teaching you everything that you need to know. So that, I mean, obviously that isn't cheap. It's our mentorship is $10,000 for a year, so we provide you with all the training you need for a year. I mean, you'll make that back many times over. but it does kind of help us like know who's serious, because it's a lot of time that we put into you guys and into our students, you know. So we do want to make sure that it's that we're working with the right people. So yeah, we find that putting a sort of like a price tag like this allows us to work with only like people that are super committed and gonna definitely work hard into the stuff that we tell them. So yeah, we also split the profits. That's really how we make our money. You'll make the 10K back. Being as an affiliate is not a big deal, you know. But yeah. So if you are interested, I should mention, add me on Skype, like mentorship. Skype. C Cruise 84. So I hope that makes sense. It's C Cruise 84. Is that clear? Cool, guys. So I'm gonna get off. I got a ton of stuff to do today, but just wanted to jump in and do a quick bit about losing your account. So hope this was helpful, and yeah, I'll see you guys soon.